Welcome back. I'm here with Talent String, a business appraiser. Today we're talking about divorces and one of the specific issues that can affect the value of the business. We're talking about personal goodwill versus business goodwill. So I have to admit, I didn't really understand what you meant by personal goodwill the first time I heard it. So give us a sense of what's the difference between those two.
So when we're talking about goodwill, what we're talking about is why does somebody come to a business? And it could be reasons that are personal or it could be reasons related to the business. Quick example, McDonald's. Why do people go to McDonald's? They go to McDonald's for the burgers and the fries. They don't go because a specific person is behind the counter. They don't go because a specific person owns the business. Contrast that to a doctor. Why? Well, if I go to a doctor, if I don't like him, I'm not going to stick around, but I will stick with a doctor that I like. And if that doctor leaves, I might leave with him. And so what we're talking about in some ways is the transferability of that book of business.
So I know this is kind of generalizing a little bit, but I'm assuming that professional services, people like doctors, attorneys, accountants, engineers, I'm assuming there's a lot more personal goodwill that exists with those folks?
Yeah, it's a much higher likelihood that they're going to have personal goodwill than a non-traditional service business.
And so then when you value the business, you kind of make the assumption that the person is gone and I'm just now going to value the business itself.
Right. And so, for example, as an accountant, you have a bunch of computers, some desks, and some people. But if you walk away, a lot of your clients might walk with you. And so
I would hope, by the way.
and if they do, that means you have personal goodwill in the business, and what's left over would be whatever the business owns, the computers, the desks, the chairs, and it's not worth a whole lot.
So when it comes to a divorce, a marital estate, and you're trying to take assets and split them up, it sounds like then the business is really not going to be worth a whole lot in that example.
In that example, it would be worth a lot less, and but the income producing ability of that individual would be higher because the income producing ability is attributable to them rather than to the business. And so you would expect a higher alimony award in that situation.
Got it. So in the state of Utah, where we take the personal goodwill out, expect low values when you have high personal goodwill, but expect high alimony dollar amount.
Well, and it varies state by state. So if you're in a different state other than Utah, California it looks a lot different in the divorce situation there. So reach out if you have questions.
Thank you for watching today. I hope the discussion about divorce and personal and business goodwill was helpful. As always, reach out to either Talent or I if you have questions specific about your business or the value.